2025. The Switch 2 is right around the corner, and we know nothing about it, besides it's compatible with the original Switch games. And I don't know about you, but I'm starting to slow down on my use of this thing. Mostly because I'm looking forward to the next thing and waiting for some new AAA games from Nintendo, because we've gotten some good stuff lately, but it hasn't been something I'm super into. Good quality, but nothing I'm dying to play. So, to build some hype, I have a wish list here, and along with some predictions for what I think the next Switch is going to be like. So, like, subscribe, and let's get started with the hardware itself. Starting off with the Joy-Cons. Of course, even from the beginning, they've never been, anyone's favorite. Got Joy-Con drift, we got, the sticks themselves that aren't that great. But my main thing is, I want them to be more ergonomic, because the flatness I get, they're supposed to be able to detach and be a controller. I'm not sure how many people actually use that, but it just gets uncomfortable to hold for a long period of time. Especially with this, I don't know about you play handheld, this stick placement, or the size of it or something, my hand starts to cramp, or like right here, it just hurts. And I just want something I can hold for longer periods of time, that just feels better to sit in my hand, like the Wii U gamepad. I don't know if you ever use that, but that just feels so good, and like fits right in the palm of your hand, or like not the palm of your hand, just feels right. Like an Xbox controller or whatever, like some of those things just fit. Joy-Cons, yeah, they don't really do that. There's slabs, they kind of just, I don't know. It's a bit nitpicky, but that's my first thing on the hardware itself. Second, this kickstand. We need to have this kickstand back. I'm sure that will be the case, and that's basically a prediction. It should be a sure thing that the kickstand is not going to be that flimsy little thing in the start. Nintendo has learned, obviously, that thing sucked. It broke off. This is way better. And making this OLED model, at launch, I would like to have an OLED. I don't want to have an LCD and to wait until later for an OLED model come out. I want, as soon as a Switch is released, have an OLED model. Or, what I thought about, maybe they'll have an LCD model and an OLED model for price things, kind of like with the PS5 with the disc and discless ones. That would be cool, just so people who can't afford maybe an OLED can afford an LCD one. Or like the Steam Deck. That's honestly kind of a deal breaker for me. It'd be cool to have a Switch at launch, like first day. It's amazing. Who wouldn't want that? And the next thing, it's got to start with Bluetooth. Right? This Switch, I don't know, it was like years after release. It was like, oh, you can connect Bluetooth headphones now, or whatever. Oh yeah, you could do that all along, but we just haven't let you. What was that about? Is it just something to get people excited, or they figured out a new way to do it? I don't know. I've never understood that. That leads me to the next point. Less drip-fed content. When it comes out, I want to have, all the NSO stuff, all the things that, I don't want to have apps that have, 2 things on them, and you have to wait until one game at a time, or one, piece of content at the time gets built on the Switch 2. Because that's starting to get old, even with the Nintendo Music app, that started with barely anything, or just, stuff that, they added later, and I'm like, why wasn't that to begin with? Why wasn't it on there to begin with? I think in the past week or two, they've added Mario Kart 8. I don't see any single reason why that wasn't at the start. Especially with that app, it's why wouldn't you have a music library with a bunch of options at the start? Because what's going to happen, you listen to the app, whatever the 5 things it has random Metroid stuff or random stuff. Anyway, that's a whole other video. But yeah, no drip fed stuff. That's not really what, hopefully that's in the past. That's more wishful thinking, but yeah. Next point, Street Pass, or a way to have a community or like a fun thing in the game. It was so cool back in the day when you had your 3DS. I was a kid, see the green light pop up and oh, you got a new person and they have their own little avatar and it's customizable and there's little games in it. I want to have that again. It was so exciting, it was so cool. You know, there was games in there and you can collect the puzzle pieces. It was like the coolest thing ever. The Switch 2 needs more style. It's gonna need more personality. Like the built-in apps like the 3DS had. Even though it's not fun, the activity log, that's like a basic thing where we need to know what games we've been playing. Oh, hi cat. Oh my god. But yes, activity log. We need to know what games we've been playing, all of them in a list, you know, with the hours. That on the 3DS there was like the ranking system where it's like, oh, this is the longest session you had, or this is the second longest, or third most playtime. That stuff's cool. There's little things that the 3DS had that the Switch doesn't have that just gave it so much more personality, you know, including, I don't know, face raiders built in. This might be silly or not so silly since the PS5 had the Astrobot, whatever it's called, the Astrobot game built into it. It'd be so cool if there's a game like a game built into the Switch 2. We could have that, you know, Dinosaur Office too. I'm just kidding, but you know, that's a bunch of stuff that was already on the 3DS. You got it. Switch, it needs to start off with some stuff or have cool little apps. That's what I miss. And just some more obvious things that literally everyone's asking for more personality and style is themes. This gray thing's boring. 3DS had themes. PSP had themes. Like, we shouldn't be reverting. We should be like advancing technology, or, you know, I don't know. It just feels silly to have some of this stuff, to not have some of this stuff. I think the Switch 2, it's important for it to have a personality, an aesthetic, if you will. It's just, that's what gets me personally attached to the system, where I love the system. I love the Sega Dreamcast. It's the coolest looking console. You know, the little VMUs, the home screen where you see all the little icons. I love it. I'd love to have, for the Switch 2 to have that. I think I'd really enjoy that, and it'd just be so exciting to look through all of it, feel like a kid again. Another obvious one, better eShop. What even is this? It's so laggy. Well, wait for it to load. This part could be my internet, but we'll see. It takes so long to do anything. And like, I don't know. It's gotten worse and worse over the years. I don't even know what's gonna pop up if I scroll through that long. I don't know what's gonna happen if I scroll through this long, so I won't do that. But I don't know what they did, but they just keep adding things. I don't really know. It's just not good. So let's move past that. Have a theme like it used to in the Wii U, 3DS. I mean, we love Nintendo music. Of course we want to have that in our apps. Same thing with, if it'd be cool, Nintendo Music app built into the Switch 2. I think that's what they're leading up to with the release of the Nintendo Music app. And if it's similar to like the PS4, well, I'm just saying that because I have a PS4, I'm sure the PS5 does it too. If that can, like, you can play Nintendo Music no matter what you're doing, kind of like how Spotify is built into the PS4, or you can listen to whatever music you want while, you know, playing Fortnite. That'd be awesome. That's my wish list. That's on my wish list, of course. All of this is. And finally, I just want it to be strong enough and have performance that's good enough where I don't have to, it's not an obvious choice if I'm going to be playing on this or my PC. So lately, I need to have the performance. Like, Sonic X Shadow Generations came out. I had to have that game looking good. I'm a Sonic fan, Shadow fan. I'm a fan of it all. I knew it's like, I want to be able to collect things physically. I love collecting. But, sometimes, man, you have to make the sacrifice of the physical to have on the Switch or PC. Because I have a big Steam library. I don't have a PS5 because I don't want to start I don't want to have to start again. I think it's just, for me personally, it doesn't work for me. So I want to have the Switch 2 powerful enough where it's razor thin, where it's going to look great on the Switch. It's totally okay to get it on here. I'll have things physically and I won't have to worry about, oh, is it going to look like dog shit compared to literally everything else? Or will it be like, wow, this looks great. It's not perfect, but, I'm so glad I could have a cartridge or something. That's what I want. But yeah, and with that, let me know what you thought about this video too. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.